Hello, this was a word problem requested by a student. So we want to find what volumes of 60% hydrochloric acid solution, 30% hydrochloric acid solution must be mixed to make 125 milliliters of 36% hydrochloric acid solution. So to understand this problem, it's really helpful to draw a diagram. So imagine I have two containers, right? And so in this first container, I have 60% solution. And in the second container, I have 30% solution. So what it means is that I'm going to pour some amount from this first container, and I'm going to pour some amount from this container, and I'm going to come up with a new solution. Pen's being a little funny here. A new solution, which is going to be 36%. So hydrochloric acid solution is a liquid, so sometimes we have trouble visualizing what's happening here. But let's imagine instead hydrochloric acid just turned out to be a bunch of little pebbles. So what 60% solution means is that for every 10 pebbles, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means for every 10 pebbles, 6 are red. And 30% solution means that for every 10 pebbles, 1, 2, 3, 3 are red. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So what it means is that if I mix this 60% solution with a 30% solution, we're going to be adding a combination of red and blue pebbles in each. Now again, liquid obviously isn't pebbles, but this is one way to think about it. So what I want to do is I want to combine them in amounts such that I have 36%, meaning that, well, I can't do this in multiples of 10, but that means for every 100 pebbles, (100 pebbles), 36 are red. And I'm not going to draw that. So this is a way to visualize this problem. So if we think about the stuff that's being poured from the 60% solution as x, so the amount from this is x, and the amount from the 30% solution is y, we can think of the total here as x plus y. And the question says there's 125 milliliters in this. So our first equation is going to be x plus y equals 125. Now, the next equation that we're going to develop for this is going to be thinking only of the red pebbles. So think about the fact that for amount of x that I add, there's going to be a certain amount that is red pebbles, and that's 60%. So I could say that 6 over 10x represents all the red pebbles that are poured into my new solution. Likewise, I can say 3 over 10y represents all the red pebbles from this container poured into my new solution. So if I take the red pebbles from the 60% and the red pebbles from the 30%, that's going to make up all the red pebbles in my new container. And in my new container, imagine that I have 125 pebbles, so that means 36% of them are red. So that means if I add the red pebbles from the 60% and the red pebbles from the 30%, I should get 36% of the new container, which is 36 times 125. And this simplifies nicely. Let's just make this look a little nicer. So this first equation we'll just leave as x plus y equals 125. And the second equation, we're going to multiply. We're just going to work this out a little nicer here. So what I did here was I simplified this right-hand side, so I figured out 36% of 125, which is 45, and then I multiplied both sides by 10 to clear the fractions. And now I have a straightforward system of equations to solve, which I'm going to use substitution for because I see we can easily isolate from equation 1. So we're going to say that y is equal to 125 minus x. So therefore, I'm going to call this star, and we'll sub star into 2. So 6x plus 3 times 125 minus x equals 450. So So 6x plus, this is going to give me 375. 3 times 100 is 300. 3 times 25 is 75. Minus 3x equals 450. So 3x plus 375 equals 450. So 3x is equal to 450 minus 375. So x is equal to 25. So we're going to sub x equals 25 into, let's say 1, because that's going to be easier. 25 plus y equals 125. So y is equal to 100. We subtract 25 from both sides. So therefore, I need 25 milliliters of the 60% solution, and we need 100 milliliters of 30% solution. And it probably wouldn't hurt here at the end just to do a quick check. So 6 over 10 times 25 plus 3 over 10 times 100 is equal to 36 over 100 times 125. And that's 45 on this side. And if I get my calculator out, 6 divided by 10 times 25 plus 0.3 times 100, and look at that, it works. The other reason I feel good in this problem is that notice that the percentage of the resulting solution is very close to 30%. So that means that I'm going to use far less 60% and I'm going to use far more 30%, and that's what my solution actually shows. I hope that helps.